Hello chess fans, this is Rick from Chess to Progress with a new installment of Viewer's Game. This is number 31 and we'll see in this game that a pinned piece is a bad defender. This one is from Perry from the Philippines. He writes, "Hi, I'm Perry from the Philippines. I've been watching your videos for a while and I learned a lot from your videos. We hope to see more amazing videos from you. By the way, I just want to share my epic blitz game, 3 minutes and a 2-second increment. I hope you can feature my game to your epic channel." Well, here it is, Perry. Sorry you had to wait that long. The game was played on the 23rd of February 2017. And now it's the end of August, so it took me 6 months to get there. If you're waiting for your game to be analyzed, I will get through them all. It's just that I, at the moment, cannot do more than one viewer's game per week, and I will try to increase that. Let's have a look at Perry's game. Perry from the Philippines was white and his opponent was from Romania. 3 minutes and a 2-second increment on chess.com. E4 from Perry, C5 from his opponent, the Sicilian defense, D4, C takes D4, and C3, the Mora gambit. You can decline the pawn sacrifice with D3, and then the pawn on C3 is not great because that's the natural square for the knight from B1. But in this case, black decides to take on C3, accept the pawn sacrifice. There's a saying that you can only refute a gambit by accepting it, and that's what black does here. Perry took back with his knight, and G6. Bishop C4, Bishop G7, Knight F3, Knight F6, and E5, kicking that knight. Knight went to G4, this is all playable, has been played before. And here Perry decides to sacrifice another pawn. After only 2 seconds he played H3. Because he only took 2 seconds he must not have seen bishop takes F7 check. That is a piece sacrifice, but you win the piece back straight away. King takes F7 and knight G5 check. And now the queen on D1 is attacking that knight on G4. King E8, queen takes G4, and then black can play bishop takes E5 and is still a pawn up. White has compensation for the pawn because of his advance in development, and it's an interesting game. But Perry did not play bishop takes F7 check, he played H3 as said, and now black decides to take the second pawn. Knight takes E5, Knight takes E5, and bishop takes E5. And here Perry played queen D5 again after 2 seconds. It looks very strong for white. It looks like he's at least winning a piece, because there's a mate threat on F7 and the bishop on E5 is hanging. But black still has a move, the only move, which is bishop takes C3 check, saving the bishop, and because it's check, white does not have time to checkmate black here. B takes C3, and now black castled to take the mate threat out of the equation. With the bishop from G7 now gone from the game, black's dark squares are quite weak, and Perry immediately does something with that. Bishop H6, attacking the rook. And he might have already had ideas of getting the queen to G7 with checkmate. E6 from black. You cannot save your rook with rook E8 because then there is mate in 2. Queen takes F7 check. King H8 and there is that queen on G7. Checkmate. E6 was a good move, played after only 10 seconds. And now the queen is hanging. And Perry played his queen to E5. Black only has one move to stop the checkmate on G7, which is F6. And that is good enough. Black is a bit better. White does not have enough compensation for the two pawns now. His queen is hanging again. And queen D6 was played by Perry. And now black has time to save his rook. rook e8 or rook f7, and black chose rook f7. And is a bit better. A bit better is of course a computer assessment. If you're behind the black pieces, you will not feel comfortable as a human being with your queenside completely undeveloped and your king very unsafe, and white is threatening to castle, bring his rooks into play to strengthen the attack. But the computer doesn't care about all that. It just calculates variations and it thinks that black is okay here. A move like castling kingside is a good move to bring those rooks into play, but Perry thought he could strike here straight away. He played bishop takes e6, and it took him only 5 seconds to play this move, which is a blunder. It looks very strong. The rook is pinned, and you cannot take the bishop because your queen on d8 will be unprotected. But black has a very strong answer. If you want to look for yourself to see how black can refute this move, then put the video on hold, because I will give the move now. The move that refutes this bishop takes e6 move from white is queen e8. A very nice move, because now the bishop on e6 is pinned, so you cannot take the rook, and also that bishop will disappear on the next move, because now the d-pawn is attacking the bishop. The d-pawn is no longer pinned because the queen went to e8. But black made a mistake. He played queen e7, and what a difference a square makes, because queen e7 is a big blunder, while queen e8 would have been the refutation of white's play. Played after 12 seconds. And why is queen e7 such a big blunder? Well, a pinned piece is a bad defender, and that rook on f7 is not really protecting the queen on e7. Perry thought for 20 seconds and took the queen. And rook takes back is an illegal move, so white has now won a full queen. Black must have been disgusted and took on e6, but after queen e8 check, he resigned. He will be checkmate on the next move. Rook f8 and queen takes f8 is checkmate. Only 17 moves. White still had 2 minutes and 28 seconds left, and black had 1 minute and 37 seconds left. This was Perry's epic win, and I really liked the last few moves. That queen e7 or queen e8, what an incredible difference one square makes. Maybe it was even a mouse slip from black that he meant to play queen e8, but that he played queen e7 and then just lost a full queen because the rook on f7 was a very bad defender because it was pinned. It's an important saying in chess: a pinned piece is a bad defender. If you haven't heard that before, you should remember it, because it happens a lot in chess. The pin is one of the most important tactical motifs in our game. Hope you enjoyed this game, this quick win from Perry with the epic finish queen takes e7 and then checkmate. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, please subscribe to the Chess to Progress channel, please leave a comment, and if you liked the video, it would be great if you could share it on social media. You also may want to check out my Chess to Impress channel, the link is in the description box. This is Rick from Chess to Progress. Thank you for watching.